everybody. Okay, it's Mark back here, Mark the Kiwi from Boot It Fitness here in Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, this is number two episode in a series called How to Go Full Time as a Bootcamp Trainer. Okay, now if you've watched episode one, you'll notice. Okay, I've got to apologize in advance. You'll notice that I'm dropping quite a few S bombs and F bombs. Okay, just to address professionalism, I just want to make it really, really clear that I do not swear within my training sessions. Okay, it is very, very unprofessional to be swearing at members or around members or your boot campers. Okay, it's just a no-go. So in my episode one video, I was very much talking to you as a friend. Okay, as a friend, someone in the inner circle, and I was talking to you as though I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine and kind of just talking to you about boot camps. Okay, I'll try to address that. Okay, we've all got lessons to learn. Now, let's crack on with the episode two. Now, episode two, I want to talk to you about what I believe is the death of personal training as we know it. Now, 4 years ago, when I started running my boot camp and with my business partner John, we were both ex-military guys who'd gone and worked in a gym environment. Now, the gym environment was very typical. Like, I've met a lot of PTs. We've brought on PTs as affiliates. Obviously, always just staying fit over the years. I've known a lot of PTs, and PT was very much operating on this model of you go into a gym, you pay rent, and you're in the gym. You get to utilize the space, the equipment, and you get access to the members. Okay. Now, what we're seeing is this trend of gyms moving towards a 24-hour model. Okay. And what they're also moving towards is a very low cost model where you're minimizing the staff, minimizing overheads, taking away a lot of the really expensive equipment, just getting machines in there, and then people operating in gyms. Okay, and that's the way gyms are headed. Okay, as a generalization. Okay, at the other end of the spectrum, which we won't worry about too much, is where your boutique niche type markets are. Okay, functional training with CrossFit, PT studios, and a little bit more high end. Okay, where we fit is in the middle. We're middle of the road, general population, more expensive than these cheap ass gyms which give very little value, and then less expensive than CrossFit and stuff like that. We're in the middle. Now, operating in that gym environment, what I saw as a trend happening over the period of time where I was a trainer, was just seeing prices coming down. Okay, it's a very competitive market. Big box gyms are getting, quite big. They're coming in. They've got massive buying power, and therefore the prices are going down. Now, the type of clientele that are being attracted to those sorts of gyms, without being offensive, a lot of the clientele who come to those sorts of gyms do not turn up. They just don't. Okay, and gyms rely on that. If every single member that joined up at a 24-hour gym or one of these really big chain gyms turned up all to do a workout in one evening, it'd be a fucking nightmare. F-bomb, sorry about that. It'd be a nightmare. We had 2,000 people. If we ever got like 300 or 400 people turn up, it was a nightmare. Imagine 2,000 people. So the gyms rely on that. So you can count those people out for wanting to get PT straight away. They don't want PT. Now, out of the rest, the gym I was at, somewhere in that 20% range are actually turning up. Now, out of that, we're talking about people paying quite a low price for a gym membership. There's only like a certain percentage of people in that gym who are actually going to be able to afford personal training, unless you really drop your prices. Now the challenge is that you're now dealing with a massive phenomenon of YouTube training, online training, in the personal training realm. Okay, so essentially what I'm saying is the cost of PT is coming down. It has to come down. I was at my gym, the gym that I was at before I started doing boot camps. I was there for 2 years. I was PT of the year, when I was training there. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I was doing pretty well. But I saw in that 2 years, and this is like a 2,000 person gym, I saw must have been close to 30 trainers come and go. And if you're a trainer out there, and I'm talking to you right now, and you're a personal trainer and you're contemplating starting group training or boot camp, I understand why, because it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to sell PT. The only reason that I did reasonably well, not reasonably well, I kicked ass. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. I kicked ass is because I could sell. I wasn't the most awesome trainer. I wasn't the trainer who had abs with my fucking Instagram account cranking. I was just very personable, and I knew how to sell, and I knew how to close on sales, and that was the only thing. That was the thing that set me apart from the other trainers. So I'm not saying it's impossible to make money as a PT, but what I'm saying is the lifestyle was pretty rubbish. Like, I was making good money. However, I was turning up at 5 in the morning. I was training people in that morning period, 5 to like maybe 8:30. Everyone goes to work. I'd try and get some mum clients, and then I'd hit my lunchtime, maybe clients half-hour sessions, what was going on, maybe some self-employed business owners throughout the day, and then I'd, smash it in the evening. But I'm at the gym from 5 to like 9 or 10 at night. Now, that's a shit lifestyle in my books, most people's books. Even the fact that you're not working the whole time, it still sucks because you have to be there. Okay, personal trainers out there will be able to relate. Now, we all love working in the industry, but that doesn't need to be the way it is. You can love working in the industry, love working with people, love helping people, love delivering really good training without having to fucking live in a gym more than you're spending time with your family. Okay, so that's why I believe personal training is dying. That's just anecdotal. I don't know that as a fucking statistical fact. But to me, it died, for me anyway. Okay, it just seemed like it wasn't the smartest way that I could be making use of my time. Obviously, boot camp training, I can just run a session in the morning. I might have, a couple of groups, or maybe 3 groups or 2 groups or whatever, and I've got groups of 20 people, and they're all paying me, a little bit less than what they'd be paying for PT, but overall I'm making more money and I'm having to expend less time. And this isn't rocket science, team. It's just, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you set it up properly? How do you set it up with a rock solid foundation? Now, over the past 4 years, we've been hugely successful, and that's, some of it was good luck, good timing, but it was, and some of it was just down to, we got some brains between myself and my business partner, John, who you'll see in some of the other, boot camp sort of business episodes that we're doing on this channel. Between us, we just had the right mix of skill sets. I come from an IT background, and he is just like a hardcore fucking trainer guy, so we're mixing the business now with the training aspect, and I happen to love training as well, and he happens to have some really good business ideas, so it's all come together, and it's a perfect marriage now. Over the 4 years, we learn a shit ton of lessons that are just completely relevant to any boot camp, no matter where you are in the world, what you're doing. They are just 100% transferable across any boot camp business in the world. Okay, that was a thinly veiled attempt to talk myself up and tell you how awesome we are as a company. We're pretty fucking good. All right, let's get on to the point of this episode 2, professionalism. Now, what got me thinking about this was when I went back and reviewed episode 1, and I was swearing my ass off, and I've already swore again in this episode, but professionalism is when you're running your sessions, just basics, real basics. Being prepared in your sessions, okay? Do not turn up and wing sessions. It doesn't matter how awesome you are as a group trainer. It doesn't matter how many times you've trained yourself or how much you think you know. If you plan your sessions, you always have, and this is what I call the difference between a good trainer, a good boot camp trainer, and a bad boot camp trainer. I call it flow. Okay, when you are a good trainer, you're prepared, you turn up, you set up all your cones and equipment, get everything ready, you get good flow, and that means that phases and exercises and transitioning and downtime and active rest all flows into each other so that the session's seamless, the members are really enjoying it, getting an awesome workout, and it's flow. Okay, it's kind of like it's intangible. It's an intangible thing when it comes to boot camp training. Some trainers have it, some don't. When you have flow, you'll know. You'll just be like, yeah, okay, I hit the mark there with that session. And it's generally because when you're writing down your program, when you've delivered tens and 20 and dozens and hundreds and then into thousands of sessions, you know which exercises blend into other exercises. You know which movements blend with other movements, and that's the stuff that you can't buy that shit. You can buy that shit. You can become a booted affiliate and we'll give it to you. Okay, and we know what creates flow in a session. Okay, and that's a huge part of professionalism. Now, the next thing is obviously your general demeanor towards your members. Now, with that, don't swear at the members. Never. I've never in a session in the whole 4 years that I've been running my business, I've never had to swear at a member. I've never yelled directly at a member. I've never beasted a member. I've never got like full on like Sergeant Major NCO up in their grill giving them a hard time. If people wanted that experience, they would go and join the military. Okay, generally, and this is like me just talking generally, general population just want to turn up and do some good circuit-based training where they're motivated, they're pushed to go hard, but they don't want to be abused. Okay, and that is really important with your demeanor. I've seen some boot camps around the way that go down that path of being like Captain Hardass, rocking up, even wearing like DPM camouflage pant. Like, seriously, come on, like, don't wear army gear, team. Okay, please don't turn up wearing camouflage shit. That's lame. Turn up looking professional, looking athletic, wearing sports gear. Okay, and just active gear, and look the part, be professional. But don't talk down to your members and don't treat them like they're soldiers. They're your equals and you're there to do a job, which is to provide them with really good training. Okay, they're human beings. They're customers who are paying you for an experience, and the experience needs to be high quality training. Someone who's highly personable, someone who is obviously well planned and organized and knows their shit. And that's what they're wanting. That over the long term will keep the vibe happy. You want the vibe in your group to be about teamwork and happy and bonded, and it's fun and it's hard, but it's fun because we're all doing it together. You don't want it to be people in fear of turning up and thinking they're going to turn up and get a grilling. This is my personal philosophy. I don't believe people are into that, and I was in the military, okay? Now, professionalism also comes across, outside of the sessions in the way that you communicate with your members from an administration standpoint. Like, people, you're going to obviously set up your email address. Like, for our business, we give all of our affiliates their own email address under our domain name, and you're going to get emails coming in. Those emails need to be responded to within same day, really, unless it's coming in late in the day. My expectation when I send an email to a company is that I'm going to get a reply within the same day. If I send it at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning, if I don't get a reply to the following day, I'm just going, what the hell's going on with this business? They can't even respond to my stuff. So you got to set whether you do it on your phone or your alerts, or, you're having an automated email solution, or however you choose to handle that. It just needs to be professional. It needs to be on, because your admin is a big part of it. Your payment collection method, it needs to be professional. Like, people are going to know if you're taking cash under the table and not paying your tax. People aren't stupid. People know, like, take it into a bank account, a business bank account or a self-employed bank account. We're thinking big picture here, team. We're thinking big picture, setting up a full-time, fully fledged business. We're not setting up some Mickey Mouse lemonade stand shit where we're just getting money and like putting it in our pocket and no one knows how much we made. This is like, sorry, team. This is like a full-on business, a proper business. And you need to be professional in every regard. And this comes down to, the resources that you provide. You need to stand behind all of the resources. Now, this is part of the professionalism. Do not give out resources. Don't upload resources. Don't recommend things or products that you don't know that are good. Don't. Okay, some of you may already be involved in network marketing, but don't recommend network marketing products if you aren't 100% sure that they're good. Like, money isn't everything. And trust me, if you go down that path, you recommend a network marketing product, you will blow people out. You will blow your membership base out if you recommend shit that it turns out it's not that cool, or stuff that's controversial in the market. I'm not going to mention any, names of products, but that controversy is just something that you don't really want to contend with. Now, if you can't make enough money off just running boot camps, if you intend on being full-time, then there's a problem. If you're having to sell network marketing products, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you're not the real deal. You're having to prop things up with selling pills and potions and shit that you don't actually know much about. Of course the study says that it's safe and that it's good for you, but come on, team, let's think a little bit further than just trying to make a few bucks. Okay, professionalism also comes down into the way you deal with your trainers. If you're going to grow an empire like we've grown, you want to grow a boot camp empire. We're talking like a proper empire, like multi-location empire, dealing with your trainers. Training them properly, paying them properly, paying them adequately, paying them on time, budgeting, paying all your bills. This is all, just the big picture of just being a proper professional outfit. Because if you've got bad debts being racked up here and there and around the place, people start talking, they know that you're not the real deal, and you lose clientele. They won't even tell you why. It'll just be like, oh, I've got to cancel my my monthly contract because blah blah blah, insert bullshit reason. Really, I just don't like your company. Professionalism, you can never take it too far, but okay, I'm going to put a little asterisk next to this. There's a difference between being professional and over commercialized and lacking in personality. You can still be professional and maintain your personality. I can still have a joke with my members. I can still take the mickey out of them once I've built rapport. I can still crack a few black humor jokes that maybe wouldn't be that cool of someone I didn't know, you know. So being professional doesn't mean lacking character, lacking personality, having to have short back and sides shaved, and being boring as shit. You know, it's like professionalism can be achieved whilst maintaining your personality, and what we do with all of our trainers, right, you know, right across everything with their programming, you know, the way they conduct themselves, is we always say, look, just be yourself, be real, because you know people are going to find out who you are anyway. You know, people are going to Facebook stalk you. They're going to see that you went out to the pub on Friday night and had a burger, you know, or a kebab, or you went out to town till 2 in the morning clubbing, or you know, like you can still be professional and have a life. You know, if there's people out there who are like ultra judgmental, oh my God, my boot camp trainer was, I saw that he was out and he ate a burger. Like, don't be fake. Like, if you are like super ripped, you know, fitness model person, cool, be that person. But if you're not super ripped fitness model person, but you just enjoy staying active and healthy, but live a life of moderation, then project that to your members. And that's what I do. My members know that I'm not a fitness model. They know that, you know, my wife and I occasionally will go out and have a burger. They know that, you know, I'm not ultra strict on my nutrition because, you know, when I go and have a coffee with them after a session, or we might run a Saturday session, I'm real. I don't change my habits and who I am just to put on a front with my members. You know, it's like, okay, and this is like, that is actually professional because it's like you're being real, you're not being a fake ass. There's nothing worse than a fake ass trainer. You know, a fake ass trainer who preaches the God. It's like being, you know, it's a little bit extreme, but it's like being, you know, some sort of priest who's like a pedophile. You know, it's like you're just preaching the gospel, but you're a pedophile. Like, don't, obviously that's an extreme example, but don't preach the gospel and then do something else, you know, just be real. And people will be a lot less judgmental of you as a trainer. I've never ever, you know, been called out or anything around it, you know, and I've been at points where, you know, maybe I'm carrying an extra 5, 10 pounds. Like, it just doesn't bother me. I'm a professional trainer. I'm just really good at running training sessions. I can still get up anytime I want and go for a 10 kilometer run. You know, I'm not here to be a world champion. I'm just here to run really good training, be a real person, be approachable, be personable, and that's it. You know, I don't need to be this Instagram fucking fake ass person that I'm seeing a lot of on Instagram. Okay, like, well, let's sign off and we'll have a little rant about Instagram. Like, I'm just going on there. If you do have an Instagram account, every single Instagram account which is fitness related is 80% people taking selfies, and the other is just like these little motivational quotes. Like, that's so boring. I like, you have no idea how bored people are about that shit. You know, you like, go and look at our Instagram page. Our Instagram page is like, we're trying to give some value. Oh yeah, like, this is a little HIIT circuit you can do if you want to do, and then actually giving coaching advice and tips to bootcamp trainers. Like, actually provide value. Just an image of yourself. It's been done to death, you know. It's like everybody sees that. We're completely immune to seeing, oh wow, another person with a six pack. Oh wow, another person who transformed their body. Oh wow, another person who is eating amazingly healthy looking food. Like, I guarantee you, your personality as a person is a shitload more interesting than those pages. Like, open up, be real, talk about your struggles, talk about how what you've had to do on your journey. Talk about it, be real, don't be fake. Okay, this is my. I'm gonna wrap it up there, team. You know, it's a bit of a loose episode two, covering, you know, the death of personal training, and then slash professionalism, and then slash having a little slag off of everyone's Instagram accounts. But we've covered a bit of stuff. You know, these videos won't grab traction for a little while. We're just getting into our YouTube channel because we've been so focused on perfecting our affiliate model for our affiliates, which are based in Australia and New Zealand. But what I recommend, go on to bootitfitness.com. What we have set up is a 7-part video workshop on how to launch your own bootcamp business. I'm not going to give you all 11 herbs and spices. I'm not going to give you all the little details and nooks and crannies and every single little bit of software and everything we use, but it's a very big picture overview of all of the key components that you need to cover off. You could take that and start a pretty good bootcamp and pretty successful. Pay it forward, as they say. If you start a bootcamp using this information, it helps you. I know it will help you because no one's releasing this sort of real information of how it happens on the ground. Okay, there's plenty of blogs and information out there kind of being written from different franchise companies that I've tested plenty of the marketing methods that they come up with. They don't work, okay? Most of them don't work, all right? Like I can tell they've just thought up this idea in their head and gone, oh yeah, that'd be a really good idea, and then not gone and tested it. They haven't tested these marketing methods. So go do the workshop. You'll see in there's real, genuine methods from a bootcamp company that went from nothing to the most dominant bootcamp in the country within a year. Okay. And then over the last 4 years, we've grown into an affiliate business, and then we've helped others to replicate that. And now we've done that remotely in our own country, and now we're doing that remotely into another country. Check it out. You know, honestly, you will get really good information out of it. Even if you're running a boot camp currently, it'll spark some ideas and make you think of things that you're not covering off, and it may just confirm for you what you're doing right as well. That is it, team. Signing off episode 2. Now, episode 3, we're going to drill down into training programs, workouts, how we go about setting up our programs, how we designed the training program and the framework that we use, and why we use it that way, and why it's been so successful. Signing off, team. Thank you for joining me. See you later.